All right, this is a brand new client's entire onboarding. Every account that needs to open, every dollar routed the right way, the disclosures, the paperwork, a first draft of his investment policy. All of it, it's built and checked. He signed with the firm on a Tuesday morning, and by that afternoon, it was sitting here like this, ready, waiting on one signature. The client didn't spend the next week in limbo, wondering what he'd just signed up for. Alright, let me rewind for a bit. Here's the scenario. A new client says yes, which is the hardest part of the whole business, right? And then the slowest part starts. You're opening accounts, you're moving money over from wherever it sits now, getting your disclosures out, retyping the same account number in 2 different systems. And then a week later, the custodian sends back the notice every advisor dreads. Not in good order. Something was missing, or a name didn't match, so now you're just chasing a signature and explaining the delay to a client who's brand new and already kind of nervous. That's the window where people quietly start to wonder if they made the right call. So today, I'm going to show you that whole pack, getting built and checked in an afternoon, all of it live. And then I'll give you the same setup for free with no gatekeeping, so you can run it on your own clients. Quick word on why I'm the one showing you this. I build AI systems for a living. I'm not a 20-year veteran in wealth management, and I won't pretend to be one. What I did was go ask advisors where their week actually goes, and onboarding came up. It's one of those high-touch activities, right? In the last video, which you can check out over here, I took apart the front door for a fictitious advisory firm. A referral named Marcus came in. Assume Marcus said yes, and Jordan, who's the advisor in our firm, started onboarding him. In this video, we're going to cover what happened next. By the way, if this is useful to you, a quick tap on the like button really helps more advisors find material like this. Now here's where onboarding actually starts, with the notes from that first real conversation. Here it is. Here's the discovery doc for Marcus. We can see here that he's 58, he's married to Karen, he just sold his business for $1.2 million, they both have a joint brokerage account, he's got an old IRA, normal new client. And normally, the advisor now sits down and turns this page of notes into a stack of paperwork by hand, opening each account, working out how each piece of money actually moves, drafting the policy statement from a blank page, usually at night. Now look what happens when a system does that assembling instead. Here I have Claude Cowork, and I'm just gonna say build Marcus's onboarding pack from his discovery notes. I'm not copying anything in, it's actually reading the notes. I just tell it, build this onboarding pack for me. It's gonna ask me for some permissions. And then it's off to the races. All right, so we can check on the progress here. We can see that it's building the new account checklist. It's drafting the disclosure log, the KYC checklist. It's drafting the IPS, rendering the status board, and verifying it against the discovery notes. And it's going to go through all of these in sequence. And we can see some of the updates here. It wrote content. Now it's building the checklists. We're going to let it run for a bit. And then I'll fast forward when it's done. All right, so a couple of minutes later, check out how this looks like. I think this is the part that earns the entire thing. Before any of this goes anywhere near the custodian, it ran a pre-flight check, and it actually found 3 items to fix before submission. Look at it over here. It caught 3 things that would have bounced. Here they are. Number 1, the joint brokerage he holds with Karen was about to be transferred into an account opened in just Marcus's name. Joint has to go joint, or the delivering firm kicks it back. It's a common rejection, right? This tool caught that mismatch just before it went out. Let's look at number 2. Missing spousal authorization. It's a joint account, which means it needs both signatures on the transfer form. On this one, only Marcus had signed. Karen's signature was missing. The old way, you would find that out a week later from a rejection notice. Number 3, wrong delivering account number. The account number on the transfer was off by 2 digits from the real one. A single wrong digit rejects the whole thing. It flagged all 3 in plain language with the exact fix for each. Every one of those is a week of delay and an awkward email to a brand new client. This was caught here in an afternoon just before it left the building. That's the moment onboarding stops being the thing that quietly loses you people. Here's a quick thing I want to be clear about, because it matters more than the tool. What you just watched is a principle. It's not a product. Reading the notes, assembling the accounts, routing the money the right way, checking the paperwork before it bounces, none of that belongs to one specific app. Yes, I'm running it in Claude here, but if your firm lives in Microsoft 365 and you've got Copilot, the same approach works there. What carries the value is your firm's own rules doing the repetitive part. The assistant is just where it runs. So don't get hung up on the tool. Focus on the workflow. And here's what a compliance-minded advisor is already thinking, so let me just say it. In everything that I just showed you, the system only ever drafted and checked. It didn't open an account, submit a transfer, send a disclosure, move a dollar, send an email even. It hands you a pack and you make every call. It runs inside your own stack, so the client's information stays where your compliance already lives, instead of getting shipped off to some random third-party app. And every piece leaves a record of what was assembled and checked and when, and that's the kind of trail you can actually show a regulator. The judgment and the sign-off always stay with you. That's the whole design. Alright, so let's step back. Before, a week of limbo plus not in good order bounces versus same-day pack, pre-checked, ready for onboarding. Onboarding used to be a week of paperwork, retyped account numbers, and the rejection or two that you found out about too late, while a new client sat there wondering. Now, the day they sign, the whole pack can be built. The money's routed right, the policy statement's drafted, and the thing that would have bounced is caught before it goes out. What's left for you is to review and add your signature. You're still running your own onboarding, you're just not doing it from a blank page at midnight anymore. Really quick, because I would love to hear it, please drop a comment below and tell me where onboarding actually breaks in your firm. Is it the transfers? The not in good order notices? The policy statement that nobody has time to write? Please let me know in the comments. I read every one of them, and the most common answers are turned into the next videos I build. And if you want to run this on your own next new client, I'm giving you the exact skill I used here, this whole onboarding pack setup with the checklist, the funding track rules, the disclosure log, and the policy statement draft, ready for you to point at your own notes. The link is on screen as a QR code. It's in the description and in the pinned comment below. And it's yours for free. And if you're not even sure onboarding is your biggest leak, there's a quick scorecard in the description that will point at whichever seam is costing you the most. You can start there. What you've just watched is seam 2 of 3. Reviews are next. The ongoing meeting prep you do for every client forever that eats a morning every time. Subscribe so it shows up in your feed when it drops. Thank you for watching until the end.